Look how beautiful. Just look how beautiful this is. And would you like to see more? Okay. This is childhood here. And, you know, it's really hard to put myself on camera right now because I've been crying so much. I've had some really deep conversations with my daughters about Jesus. My daughters have witnessed a completely new version of me a year ago. I have evidence of us being in Mexico here exactly about a year ago. Over there, like way over there, and we are hiking up the mountains in Mexico. This is me. This is what I grew up with. This is what feels like home. So I don't stop coming here. I continue to visit here. So last year, August 1st of 2024, I read them a letter that I had written about me completely giving my life to Jesus. I said, Jesus, I'm married to you. And I know that that sounds weird for some people, but that just simply means that, like, take all of the worldly definitions of marriage out. Okay? If you read the Bible, if you read the Torah, if you read the first chapters, the first books of the Bible, it's all about marriage. Let me explain. It's all about God forgiving us. Almost every chapter, I have a hard time saying the word always and every and absolutes, okay? Because I'm just a human being interpreting the word of God. But I'm not Jesus, I'm not God. These are just my interpretations. So you have to read the word for yourself. You have to allow for it to speak truth to you. What does the word of God mean to you? And so that's what I'm here to share, what it means to me and my journey and everything to do with my mind and my heart and my experiences and my family and my daughters that I'm watching. They're just enjoying nature right now. And it's the most beautiful thing. And if you are on my fitness app, I just want to thank you for being so patient with me, because I have been MIA, missing in action. I'm not as active. I'm not as engaged as I normally am, because I probably should have told everyone that every summer I take a hiatus and I come visit my hometown. This is home. That is home. So last year I bought a ring that had a cross y tenía la oración de mi Padre Nuestro. And I had made the conscious decision to, Jesus, I'm all in. It's you and me from here on out. And I wasn't going to share this part, but I think that I should. So I come visit my father here, my biological father. It was very, I guess, ordained. Okay, I'm gonna walk and talk because my daughters keep checking up on me. Okay, so 2 months before my father had passed away, he had told me that he wanted to be cremated. I'm coming. And then he wanted his ashes to be here. And it's this whole thing with my dad. When he was here, he told me, and I was like, come on, Dad, like, stop talking like that. That's not cool. Don't talk like that. But he was serious. And he said, no, I just want you to know that when I pass away, because we are made of dust, aren't we? Like, we all have an expiration date. That's why I say the only everlasting relationship that we have is with our Father. That's the only one that is everlasting. I'm going to try to walk on these rocks without these chanclas. You can't come here with open-toed shoes. I gave them to my daughter. Children. There's a bunch of bugs around here too. So my dad told me that he wanted to be here in the mountains in Mexico, in our hometown. And so we did that. And so I come here every year, and this is the turning point of my life. Okay, get some popcorn, put it in the microwave, or get some corn kernels and put them on the stove, because I'm about to tell you something. I came to forgive my father here last year, August 1st. And I read the forgiveness letter to my daughters, and we were all in tears. And it explained so much to my daughters as to why a lot of things happened the way that they did. And better keep going. I'm coming. She's so sweet. She's waiting for me. So we have to walk. Okay, so we have to turn to the other side of the river, and on the other side of the river is an amazing pool of water. But she's so sweet. She's standing in the middle between me and my other daughter, making sure that mom makes it. Oh my gosh. It's so slippery. Okay, let me show you something. These rocks right here that look like mud, those are extremely slippery. Okay. So I forgave my daughter, or I'm sorry, I forgave my father a year ago. And I, in the letter, wrote to him, I said, I have Jesus now, so everything's gonna be okay now. And I didn't even know what I was talking about. That's the crazy part. I did not even know what I was saying, to the extent that I know now. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera now. So I never finished my video in the river, in the mountains, because we were having just such a good time. I do this every year. I spend alone time with my girls. I think it's important to not just tell them to be still and connect with nature, but to actually model it for them, have them join you. And it's almost at the end of our time together here in Mexico. And so I will finish what I had started. I had came to Mexico to forgive a lot of pain that I was carrying for many years. And not just that, but it went like beyond. And I had committed, and like I said, I had told my father, I said, everything's gonna be okay, Dad. I have Jesus now. Everything's gonna be more than okay. And it was at the start of me having faith the size of a mustard seed. I did not really know what I was saying. And I just knew that he was real, and I knew that he was calling me, and I knew that there was going to be a way better life if I stayed on the straight and narrow path. I had finally found the straight and narrow path to stay on that path, it will require sacrifice. It will require you going through testing. And testing is difficult. It's challenging. You will endure and you will pass the test. And the thing about that test passing is that we serve such a merciful, loving God that what I was saying about the Old Testament is that it's all about our relationship with God and how much we cheat on God, how much we turn our back, we start serving other gods, we stop loving him, we stop loving others, we begin to sin, and he always takes us back, always. And almost every story in the Torah, in the Old Testament, the first few books, 5, I believe, it has a lot of that, how he shows us the way, he gives us blessings, we turn our backs, he takes us back, we turn away again. And the common theme over and over and over, from the Old Testament all the way to the New Testament, is to follow the moral standard law. That's it. It's the one theme that is constant. Jesus came to show us how to fulfill the moral law. What are those moral laws? Don't have any other gods except God himself. And that could be so many things. Money could be your God. Anything that you seek before you even seek God, any advice that you seek, that could be seen as a god. Don't have idols. It's very easy to have idols. Your work could be an idol. Your relationship could be an idol. Your desire for a relationship. The only desire you should have, I mean, I can't say like the only one, but the one that you are to love first and foremost above all is him. Not anyone else, not anything else. And stay committed to him. So that's the relationship that we have with God, is a full commitment. If you've ever been married, you know what that's like. You know that you will be challenged, and you know that you stick to your vows the same way we stick to our vows with God. What are those vows? I won't worship another God but you, and I won't cheat on my spouse, and I won't lie, I won't be a liar, I will tell the truth, I will love others, and I will honor the day of rest, Sabbath. These are all basic moral things. So Jesus didn't come to earth and say, hey, I'm here now, y'all could do whatever y'all want now, you don't have to follow the basic moral laws. I came to abolish the laws. He did not do that. He came to show us how to fulfill them. This is how you do it, people, because you keep turning your heart away from God. So God sent me so that I could be in the likeness of you, another human, so that you could see it live out, so that you could see another human that relates to you, that has eyes like you, that is tempted like you, that is challenged like you. And you are going to watch me fulfill the law. So, when I decided to go all in with Jesus, no more 1 foot in, 1 foot out, he was really pulling on me. And I had a decision to make. I could have easily done the thing that I had always been doing, which is do it my way. I'm going to decide what I want. God, I don't like your answer. I don't like that you're telling me to shut the door on this. I don't like that you are telling me that that's not the career I belong in. That's not the person I'm supposed to be with. I'm just going to continue to do what I want. That's pride. That's rebellion. Just think about it. Let's say you're a man and you are married, and your wife doesn't do anything that you tell her to do, and not to like being controlling or anything, but you simply tell your wife, hey wife, don't cheat on me. Hey wife, can you please love me? The simple stuff. And people do things in the dark and behind closed doors, thinking that it's not going to be known or seen, but you can't get away from that. Eventually it will catch up to you. It always does. So I remember August 1st of 2024, I put on a ring saying, I'm all in with you, God. I'm going to do everything that you tell me to do. And he asked me to do some pretty tough things that most people wouldn't. He had me turn away money. He had me turn away money that I actually needed. But here was the testing. He said, you're going to say no. And I said, why am I going to say no? And then he said, I'm going to provide for you. And then things got worse for me. And everything looked worse. Like I was losing assets. And I then said, God, I thought you said you were going to help me. And so this is that window of, is God, did I really hear God? Like, or like everything looks like worse. This is what faith is that you continue to believe and you say no to temptation. And you go without. Okay, you go without. I think you all understand what temptation is, right? The Lord tells you no, and then that thing keeps getting pushed in your face, and you have a decision to make. It could be anything that you are tempted with. It could be drugs, it could be toxic relationships, it could be sexual immorality, it could be money, it could be anything that you know that you struggle with, anything that you have been set free from. It's going to come back, and you have to stay vigilant and diligent all day long. You can't put your guard down at all. Like, you have to become so passionate about loving God that I literally felt like, I will die for you, Jesus. Like, whatever you like, I die to self and I live for you. And most people don't want to do that, and I get that, because it feels like your life is going to be deprived. You may feel that your life is going to be boring. It's a killjoy, but it's on the contrary to all of that. You end up getting a well of peace and abundance and passion for life, joy. It's so incredible, but you have to pass the test. You have to endure so that you can reach the blessing, because the blessing is waiting for you on the other side. But if you don't have self-control, if you try to do things your way, you are rebellious against God, then you're going to continue to repeat and be stuck in a loop because of your own decisions. This is the beauty of God. He gives us free will. You are still able to choose whatever it is that you want to choose. And now that I think back and I said, okay, Jesus, I'm all in. I'm going to do everything that you tell me. And some of the things that he had told me is that I need you to be 100% full attention on me, and no dating, nothing like that. Like, not even guy friends. Guy friends he was very selective with that. And it was a period of isolation, and I honored it. And you know, now it's going to be a year later, and I see everything that he's done in my life.
I stayed faithful to him. I didn't cheat on him. And I remember I used to say this, I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm going to do everything you tell me to do. If you don't want me to talk to that person, I'm not going to talk to that person. And isn't this what marriage is about? Not cheating on your spouse when things get tough, when temptation hits. Temptation hit so many times. And I did everything that he told me to do. He wanted me to block certain people. I blocked certain people. I didn't think twice. He said, I don't want you talking to that person. I don't want you to befriend that person. And it wasn't to control me. It was to protect me because he loved me. And this is what a wife does with her husband. But I don't want to get too much into that because women have to select the right husband to be equally yoked, not a manipulative, Jezebel spirit, narcissistic filled spirit type of man. You don't submit to that type of man. You run, you block those type of men. But with the right man, Jesus literally trains you how to trust him. If you can't be faithful to him, how are you, ladies, going to be faithful to a husband? Your first love is Jesus Christ. He's the one that loves you, is always with you, is providing for you. He's the one that is the one providing money for you. He has so much say and so much power. And these are the lessons that I've learned. And there's so many relationships where infidelity is, I mean, look at the divorce rate. And look at how the I don't want to say the word, but the sensual industry is. It's such a huge problem because there's such a huge disconnection between husband and wife within marriage. There's so much chaos. The same chaos mirrors to our relationship that we have with God. So you have to get right with him. And don't you want a partner that doesn't cheat on God? That always checks in with God? That fears God? That thinks twice before they speak? That is slow to anger? And they listen twice as long before they even say a word? I know that's what everybody wants. But everyone is so impatient. They're lonely. They have been without a romantic relationship. So then they easily cheat on God and say, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want for right now. And I'm not going to, I'm just going to just do it one time. That's all it takes. I'm just going to cheat one time. Come on. What if someone told you that? Hey, I'm just going to cheat on you just one time, okay? Just one time. So that's the reflections that I have right now, looking back at what it truly meant for me to commit to Jesus when I went all in. And there was so much that came against me. Hate. I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram, but there's a very disrespectful message that I received from some supposed author and poet that writes about love, family, and friends. Those type of messages were very common for me at the beginning of me speaking about Jesus here on YouTube. The evil is so real. And it used to scare me, honestly, because I was so new to my faith. I was so new in my relationship with Jesus that I didn't realize that what was happening to me is actually very normal because they hated him first. And so I was getting a lot of hate. And so what I would do is I would just delete. And if I really want to dig into my WhatsApp chat, I can find all of them and expose the phone numbers and the nasty messages that I got. But it was so traumatizing that it was so much easier just to turn the other way and just block and don't even think about it anymore. But this last message that I got, I said, oh, I'm done. I'm not scared anymore. God told me not to be afraid. So then I decided to expose the person. And I took it down off of my Instagram because he said some really satanic things on there, and I don't want that a part of my page at all. So to wrap this video up, I just want to thank the lovely people that I get to work with. Thank you for your patience. I've been spending this one-on-one time with my daughters. It has been incredibly special. There's been so much beautiful just conversations with them, moments, making memories, and speaking about faith and their future plans and their goals. I mean, I wouldn't have had this time with them in any other setting but here, because it's just us and it's so quiet, and I'm in constant prayer, and I know that God has been working through them. I know it. I can see it. They don't see it, but I see it. But I know that their spirit knows it. And I care about my daughters so much. Like, I want them to fall in love with Jesus as much as I have, because I know that it's going to change them. But he's in control, not me, right? We never want to condemn. We want to be gentle. We want to be kind. We want to lead by example, not by words necessarily, but by our actions. And just mainly wanted to just say, why I haven't really been posting, why I have been very quiet on YouTube and even on social media. I'm usually posting so much on Instagram, and I haven't, and it's been great. It's been a detox for me as well. Not that it was toxic at all. It's just so good to get away from technology and be back with your family and in nature. So I know this message was very random and a little bit all over the place, but that's just the way life is sometimes, right? So I hope you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.